3 years ago on Halloween, it had been a very stormy couple of days, and my husband Andy, who was 54 at the time, went out with a friend. It was Friday night. Unfortunately, he didn't come back that night, so I was quite mystified about what had happened, assumed that he was staying with his friend, as you would, but then got increasingly concerned as the next day, which was Saturday, we'd planned actually to go and see a friend in the morning, and when he'd still not turned up, I was extremely annoyed with him. He was phoning his phone and there was no reply. I was actually on the verge of calling the police, debating whether I should do it or not, when a police car pulled up in front of the house. A uniformed police officer, somebody I later knew was an inspector, knocked on the door. At that point, my entire life was turned upside down, because I was informed that the police had found a body in a swollen liver nearby, and they found my husband's driving licence on that body. At that point, of course, they had no idea how he'd managed to get in the water, and crime or suicide weren't ruled out. We had 3 children, all of whom were adults, but the youngest one was only 21. So the horror of the next week, I just can't describe the shock, the fact that bereavement has a massive physical impact. I knew that I needed some support, and hence I contacted Cruse. Cruse were brilliant. They helped me in practical ways, they supported me, allowed me to talk, were very good at convincing me that what I was experiencing, while it was unique to me, is actually normal, a normal reaction to a sudden and traumatic death. They were really brilliant. As a result of the great service that I acquired from Cruse, I am now a bereavement counsellor myself, and work both one-to-one with bereaved people, and also I work with a support group of about 8 bereaved people. I do need to say that everybody, you included, will be bereaved at some point. It is probably the biggest emotional trauma you will ever go through in your life, and yet we don't anticipate it, we don't like to talk about it. Bereavement is actually the last taboo. And yet, as I say, we will all experience it, and thank goodness that there is an organisation like Cruse, a local organisation, that can help and support. It is a brilliant organisation, not well known enough, and constantly struggling to keep volunteers going, give fantastic volunteer training. I can't speak too highly for them and what they actually did for me to support me through the most terrible, terrible time of my life. Thank you.